Berg. You can watch the NFL draft there this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the End Zone. New sports bar at Ameristar Casino in Vicksburg. And, of course, play a little poker or blackjack, roll the dice while you're there. Our Twitter handle, @BowBounds. And the number 601-707-3750. We're streaming on the Zone1059.com. I'm your host, Bo Bounds. All of our guests join us on the Corona Light Hotline. And we welcome in one of the most popular, if not the most popular football player to ever play at MSU, and was an All-American at DB at MSU. He is Fred Smoot. Smoot, how are you, bud?
What's going on, Mr. Bounds? Thank you for having me on.
Smoot, thank you for taking some time. How you been, bud? What you been up to?
Man, life's been great, and I have to correct you on that. I have been surpassed as the most popular Bulldog of all time by a quarterback, which, that just figures. I got to give it to that right now. That just goes with the position of quarterback, right? Even though I had my own fame, I think he's nudging me out right now by a quarter of an inch on the most popular Bulldog of all time.
So after Prescott's career, you're okay with being 1A in the MSU football family?
I'm proud to be 1A. I'm proud to be 1B. 1B, 1A, wherever you want to put it. Because that means we're progressively growing. That means we're putting guys that people are going to remember decades from now. It's a lot of kids out there never got a chance to see Fred Smoot play, but they got a chance to see Dak Prescott play. And, baby, that just feeds the animal we call the Mississippi State Bulldog and get us even better recruits. So I don't mind, Bo Bow.
10 years in the NFL. He is Fred Smoot on the Corona Light Hotline talking Dak Prescott. So as an MSU guy, how cool was it to see Dak get drafted in the 4th round, didn't even know if he would make the roster? How cool was it for you as a former player to see him have the best rookie year of a quarterback in the history of the NFL, Smoot?
First of all, proud beyond proud. We're a family. Proud beyond proud, especially when I called it out. I'm not Madam Cleo. I'm not a fortune teller, but I know football and I know football players. And before the draft, you can go check my Twitter handle. I said simply, if you draft Dak Prescott, you're drafting Russell McNair. There's half Russell Wilson. There's half Steve McNair. And if you don't know about Steve McNair, for the young people out there, one of the best dual quarterbacks to ever play the game. So I knew it. And I'm going to tell you what's special about that I really love. Nothing's too big for him. I saw that at Mississippi State. It didn't matter if he was playing Alabama, LSU. It doesn't matter. Nothing's too big for you. He's cool, calm, and collective. So to watch him do what he did, especially with Zeke Elliott, another young guy to come in the league and show the poise that they did and get behind that online. And first of all, what he did that I personally like, he understood his limitations and he understood his strengths, and he grew every game of the season. So I'm very proud. Hats off to you.
By the way, Smoot giving Dak big-time props, and Smoot played for the Redskins. So we all know about the Redskins and the Cowboys for the last 4 decades, but he's excited for his MSU guy and how well he played once Romo went down. Dak takes over, leads him to the playoffs, and had an amazing year. Rookie of the year, by the way, in the NFL. We're visiting with Fred Smoot, All-American at MSU, 10 years in the NFL. He joins us on the Corona Light Hotline. Now, have you had an opportunity to meet Dak in the last couple of years, Smoot?
Well, I met him when I was coming back doing a Cowbell Yale and stuff with Coach Mullins. So I've met the kid. I've talked to the kid on many occasions. Now I haven't ran back into him and met the Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott, because I got a couple things I want to whisper in his ear about this rivalry that he's in right now. Because you got to look at the schools I played for. You got to look at Provine, that shade of red. You got to look at Hines, that shade of maroon. Mississippi State, that shade of maroon. Then I went to the Burgundy and Gold, and we say hell to the Redskins, and I say hell State. So, I stayed on script,
I love it. I love it. Fred Smoot joining us on the Out of Bounds Show. Now, where are you living in the D.C. area these days?
Yes. I'm in the D.C. area. I'm not going to leave this area. I love this area, doing a lot of TV, a lot of radio. They love to hear the country boy talk up here, getting into the business world, just enjoying being retired and just taking on the new challenges in life,
What do you like better? Do you like radio better or do you like TV better?
Wow, Bo Bounds, don't put me in that situation. but you know what? Both give you different things. You know me, I'm a man of the people. I like people, and when you do radio, they get to call in and tell you how they feel. You can go back and forth with them. You can talk a little bit more unfiltered on radio. So that praise, but you know, I feel like I got a face for TV. So I really, really love the two, you know.
I love it. I love it. Smoot on the Out of Bounds Show, one of the biggest and best personalities to ever come out of this state. What a quote earlier that I'm now going to use. He said before Dak was drafted and before he became the starting quarterback and this fantastic player in the NFL, he said you're going to get a combination of, he said Russell McNair, but Russell Wilson and Steve McNair. Of course, McNair, one of the best players to ever play in Mississippi, goes to Alcorn State, shredded records, and then was a super player for Tennessee. Came within 4 yards of winning the Super Bowl on that little slant route against the Rams and Warner and Marshall Faulk.
Yeah, you know, and one of those guys that just progressed. He didn't come in the league and was instantly the best. He just got better and better and better, and they ran behind that offensive line at Tennessee. They had Eddie George running the ball, maybe passed the ball 15 to 20, 25 a game. Didn't really throw themselves out of game, so I seen the progression the same. Just like when I looked at Russell, you know, Russell came in, his first couple Super Bowl visits, he did not have to put it all on his shoulders. He just did not lose the game and played even bigger than expectations. So that's why I said I seen it in the kid from the first time I seen him play at Mississippi State. And I got to give a shout-out to Coach Mullen on that, because I remember coming on that camp, and he said, wait till you see this kid, Dak Prescott. He knew all along. Yeah,
I mean, Mullen, that's a great point. He was not highly recruited, but Mullen and the staff were able to evaluate him in recruiting, bring him. He was a 3-star, not a 4 or 5, and boom, developed over time. And, the best offensive player to ever play in star. And as you mentioned, that transcendent player on offense that they needed. Okay, so tell me about, as a Redskin, all right, and you're doing radio and TV, and you're wildly popular within that fan base. Tell me about Kirk Cousins. Are you sold that this guy is the guy for the next 7 to 9 years, Smoot?
Hey, well, when you talk about Kirk Cousins, first of all, I want to talk about the person first. He's a great person. I love Kirk. But I also know football, and I also know people. And when I get a feel of what's been transpiring the last couple of months, I get that. Bo Bounds, I know you got cousins and brothers and sisters. And the middle child feels a little different than every child.
Sure.
He feels slighted in every way possible. And I feel that middle child effect coming off of Kirk, like, you know what, you didn't believe in me when it started. RG3 was your favorite. So now I'm going to make you pay top dollar if you want me. Mm-hmm. So it's this field that he's trying to get with Shanahan and chase the offensive coordinator that he was successful under, which most quarterbacks do. So me, myself, if I'm the GM, I'm going to trade him to the San Francisco 49ers because, one, he's 30 years old in 8 months. He'll be 30 years old. So now you're telling me I'm going to give a 30-year-old quarterback 6 years, $100 million, 6 years. He'll be 36 when it's over with. I'll be tied to him, good, bad, out of ugly. And we're talking about a guy, he threw for 4,500 yards and 25 touchdowns. They're saying he's not good in the red zone. Also, he had 0 playoff wins. So I'm not going to pay you market value. I'm going to pay you team value. And this is how I value sick-and-tear quarterback that we can win a Super Bowl with, but it's not do or die.
Okay. Fred Smoot, former Washington Redskin, 10 years in the league. He was an All-American at MSU on either the best or one of the best defenses that they've ever had in 1999.
The best, Bo Bounds. The best defense. We told it a team. Listen to me. Think about my team, and we having a Dak Prescott. We win a national championship.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to me. We're not far. It's nobody that we competed with that year that we didn't think we could beat. All we needed was a couple points scored, and we're not giving up anything.
Yeah, that defense was nasty. Good grief. You and Bean, and then Dorsett and all those guys.
Prather, Sluter,
Good
Toby
grief.
Galladay, Willie Bray, Kevin Sluter, Mario Hagan, Barron Simpson. We was weak nowhere. I remember games where we was giving up 80 and 90 yards. We didn't believe in mistakes, and we played with an intensity that hasn't been matched by any Mississippi State defense since us. And you can tell Darius Slay that, you can tell Jonathan Banks that, and you can tell Fletcher Cox that also.
I love it. Fred Smoot on the Corona Light Hotline. Fred was an All-American at MSU, 10 years in the NFL. He's now doing radio and TV in the D.C. area. They love him there. Had a very successful NFL career, and he's right. He played on the best and a dominating defense. And had they had Dak Prescott, they would have been in the BCS National Championship game. So, Smoot, staying on Cousins, I was listening to Joe Theismann talk about him, and he sold on him too. He said, look, he may not be Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, but he said you don't have to be to win a Super Bowl. The guy may not be great, but he's good, and that's good enough for the Redskins to continue to go to the playoffs. You agree, right?
I totally agree because I've watched the quarterback down the road do it twice. Where would you rank Joe Flacco? Nobody
Great point.
Joe Flacco as a top-tier quarterback. But he has 2 Super Bowls because he had top-tier people on defense. How many times besides, if you X out Manning and Brady.
Right.
What other quarterbacks have dominated enough to take their team to the Super Bowl and win it? And then even with Big Ben, he was not the focal point when he won his Super Bowls. The defense in the running game was. When Brady wins the Super Bowl, they usually have a top 10 defense. When they don't, they lose the Super Bowl, and they lose to who? Eli Manning, that has Michael Strahan in the top 10 defense. So when you're building a team, you have to start on the defensive side first and pray that a quarterback that just won't lose you the game falls into your.
Smoot crushing it on the Out of Bounds show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Talking a little MSU, a little Dak and the Cowboys, and, of course, his team, the Washington Redskins. By the way, the Redskins will draft – they have the number 17 pick on Thursday night of the NFL draft. So we'll see what direction they go. Fred Smoot on the Corona Light Hotline. All right, Smoot, so are you locked in? Will you watch the draft? Tell me what's going on this Thursday night.
I am a draft guru. Me and my boy Curry Chavis, who I play with at the Minnesota Vikings, he is a draft guy. That's all he does. So me and him talk back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I love the draft. I love to see new young talent. And you want to talk about the 17 pick for the Washington Redskins, they could go either way. But if you're smart, you go get somebody that's 300 pounds and smell like bacon that's ready to come off the end. Because we need defensive linemen. If you're going to dominate your league, you need to understand what's the best unit in the league. And it's the Dallas Cowboys offensive line. So you have to compose the best defensive line. So if a guy like Jonathan Allen slips to you at 17, you have to pick him. He's not only one of the most dominant defensive linemen I've seen in a while, he's a local kid. He's from Ashburn, Virginia. You have to try to get that guy. But if he's missing, then I think you can get some depth and you can get some talent in the second round, because I can't let a guy like Christian McCaffrey go past me at 17 and I have no running back and I'm the Washington Redskins. And by the way, it's another Smoot that's in this draft right now.
Tell
Dwayne
me.
Smoot from Illinois. Oh, yeah. He would be a steal in the second, third round off a last name alone.
It's Fred Smoot on the Corona Light Hotline doing radio and TV in the Washington, D.C. area. And, again, one of the most popular players to ever play at MSU and one of the best. Okay, so Redskins, do you go to every single home game, Smoot?
Well, when it depends on what the media day looking for me. It depends on if I'm doing TV, radio, post-game,
Gotcha.
pre-game.
Gotcha.
It's just different spots. If I'm in New York doing something. So, that's the busy time for me. Some games I do, some games I'm watching on monitors because I got to watch the other games also. So, it's different things, but it keeps me busy and I love it, and it keeps you being part of the game. I feel like I never retire because I still get to talk the game and be a part of the game and have to study the game.
That's so cool. I'm happy for you, man. I knew you would be good. I mean, your personality, you'd be good on radio and TV, both as an analyst and an entertainer and opinionated, but really fired up for you. Hey, now look, this went really, really well. We have to do this again. We can't just do this once every 10 years, okay?
First of all, Bo Bounds, I've been waiting on you. This is all your fault. We're supposed to have been doing this, Bo Bounds. And first of all, I cannot leave this air without saying I am proud of the Lady Bulldogs. They took us on an emotional, just gratifying ride. I am so proud of those girls. In my eyes, they won the national championship, and they should have a banner in the hump. I'm proud of those girls.
Yeah, all right, tell me real quick as we wrap it up. That Friday night, when Morgan Williams hit that shot to bust up UConn's 111-game winning streak, what was Fred Smoot doing? Did you jump up out of your chair, and were you fist pumping? What were you doing?
Hey, I grabbed the Corona. Hey, I started doing the dance. See, I know you don't know about this old movie called Breaking, but it's a guy named Turbo. He danced on the ceiling. After they hit that shot, I started dancing on the ceiling like Turbo. It was one of the happiest times of my life, and proud to be a Bulldog, proud to be a part of the Bulldog family.
This was one of the best interviews we've done in 14 years. Fred Smoot on the Corona Light Hotline. Radio and TV now, talking Redskins and the NFL, but also following Coach Mullen and Dak and the Lady Bulldogs and Vic Schaefer and the MSU women's team. Smoot, thank you so much, bud, for your time today. We will do this again sooner than later.
All right, Bo Bounds, waiting on you.
Be good, Smoot. Thank you, buddy.
All right. Hey, thanks for having me.
Take care. That was great. That's what it's all about, engaging opinion and wildly entertaining, All-American at MSU, 10 years in the NFL, Fred Smoot on the Corona Light Hotline. You're listening Out of Bounds, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Straight ahead, a college football remedy for you.